The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A nice little juke. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They go play action with Brissett. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Brissett. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
From the gun, Jones. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Hey, Wahoo! Pilot, 64, weak. I know he ain't got it. 555, 555. Hey, let's get that home. Get it.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Jones. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Eight, read. Check, Mike 42. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He'll let this go for the end. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That kickoff return, 104 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mika Fitzpatrick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Switzer with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jones now operating from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
First carry for James Conner, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Reset, complete. It's Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
And the Steelers.
Number 53, Mike 53.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett, screen pass to Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as, that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go, here we go. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Jones now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? People say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Brissett. Now he'll escape to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. To try again after the sack. Brissett throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Hey, orbit.
Here's Jones on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones going to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Brissett, he's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Connor. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the counter, it's Connor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go. Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Back to throw. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready? 10-2, sir. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Smooth. Speed grip, speed grip.
Jones throwing on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script.
He's got daylight. The 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Check.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The drive will start with Connor. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 28-yard
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D.
Now Brissett. And his throw here's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Brissett. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Undercrush, undercrush. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looking to throw. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Ready, ready. 60 or. Hey, Haywood. Tight right. 3 down, 3 down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And this is Shepard on the catch. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, high 7.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Waters. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hey, check right.
Looking to throw. Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And it'll be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. The interception was they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heel.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Trying to lay one up deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
23 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
53's mine. Hey.
On 1st down, Connor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
At the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and his throw is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So they're on that play. Offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
10-2 stop. Line 54. Double dog. That's the way. Hey, wahoo!
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Switzer. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Brissett now. And that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Now he'll escape to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
1st down run for Connor, not going to get much. Maybe a yard, 2nd down. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Brissett. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No problem there on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They start with a give to Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And he finds McDonald. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Connor, and it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Connor, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go. 8-3.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami.